Alright, y'all. We're back on Sunday with another Build in Public Reflection. As you can see, I got a haircut, looking pretty fresh. I'm gonna let it grow out and trust the process. It'll look good. I got a fresh fade. Alright, so this week I did another rabbit hole-a-thon. I'm halfway through now. This one, I'm building off the one I did about 3 weeks ago, I think. It was about 3 weeks ago. And I'm building off of it to make the presentation and just the content a little bit better, to make it a little more impactful. So what we're going to talk about this video is what I did this week, like what I accomplished. A super fun and eye-opening workshop that I participated in. We'll get to that later. And how my Olympic mindset changed throughout the past week, which is this week was crazy. I didn't know I could do a lot of this thing that my Olympic mindset. I didn't know that it was very strong, but through strengthening it, I'm like, wow, now I can abuse this part of my Olympic mindset to become more successful in everything I do. And I'll talk about what I plan to do next week, because I don't really do that, and then I just come back the next Sunday, say what I did, and you didn't really know what I did, and it just kind of seems out of the blue. So I'll let you know what I plan to do next week. All right, first, what I did this week. So I summarized all the feedback I had from my last rabbit hole-thon into some notes, so I can put them into my presentation and put them into my slides and my bullet points to have them be more, what's the word for it, impactful and organized, just to make the presentation better. So I updated my slide deck with all the feedback, and I put in specifically, I had a statistic that I didn't have a source behind, which kind of lowered the grade of my presentation a little bit, to made it a little bit less impactful with just the quality of information I had. So I put a source behind it. It was like 62% of golfers in the United States have injuries with their back or their bodies, and it's from the Spine Journal of America, I think. And I didn't have a source behind it, so it was a little bit confusing, I think. And I did the same thing with my bullet points. So I gave more depth into my bullet points just to make it more comprehensive and impactful. So the workshop I participated in this week was amazing. It was super fun. It was based around strengths and weaknesses. So we took a strengths finder test, and the strengths finder test was actually really long. It was really boring. It was like 100 questions. You only had 20 seconds to answer each question, and they got pretty deep, but that's not the deal. So my biggest strengths were like positivity and like activating people to get work done. So I was placed with a group of people that had similar strengths to me, and we had to solve a problem. So we had to solve a disagreement between people. We had to come up with a proposal for a school in a town called Unityville. So everyone there gets along very well, but they were trying to allocate money towards a school to fund the school, to rebuild their building, to put money to their arts program, academics, and sports program. So we had to come up with a proposal to allocate money to each of those programs that we could all agree on. So the first group were all in people that had similar strengths. So it was, to me, it was very easy to get along with those people that had similar strengths as me. In the second group, we were people that had opposite strengths as us. So it was hard to get along with people that have opposite strengths, opposite like thinking processes. So it was a little bit different to how I would have thought we should have done it. So we came up with, most of the money goes towards the program of rebuilding the building so we rebuilt a lot of the building, remodeled it so it would be more comfortable for the students. And then we gave most of the money to academics, and then the other two, arts and sports, we gave them the rest of the money, which is a very small amount of money. That went against what I wanted to do. In the first group, what we wanted to do is we gave the money, most of the money, we gave $600,000, something like that, of the $2 million to the school rebuilding, but then we divided the rest of it evenly across the rest of them because they're all equally important. And the second group didn't agree with that, but that makes the first group, we all worked together and we had the same amount of like strengths and weaknesses, same kind. So we kind of came up all with the same answer. But the second group, our answers kind of varied in what we wanted to do. So it was a really cool workshop, and I looked into what other people's strengths were. How my Olympic mindset changed throughout the past week. So this was a really cool week for me for the Olympic mindset. So last week I talked about giving and receiving feedback, but this week I actually took the feedback and implemented it into my rabbit hole-a-thon, and I saw changes and I saw improvement in my rabbit hole-a-thon just from using someone's feedback and capitalizing off of it, which is really cool. And I got a whole lot of like feedback about my rabbit hole-a-thon, and I saw so much improvement. And fun fact, 98% of employees disengage with their work because they receive little to no feedback. So it's a really big thing to ask for feedback and seek out feedback, because once you see the feedback and see that you're like, people see what you're doing and you can improve, you'll be way more engaged in what you're doing, which is really cool. And what I'm going to do next week is, so next week I am going to work on reviewing my presentation to look for other changes that I can make to make it better. I'm going to put time into my strengths and weaknesses. So it's like a personal profile that has my strengths and weaknesses, my mission statement, and my vision statement. And just things around that, like who I am and what I want to do with my life. So it's pretty cool. It's comprehensive for my teachers so they can get to know me and like what I want to do and what I can base my hackathons and rabbit hole-a-thons around. And I'm going to do a Olympic mindset test that will help me figure out if I have a Olympic mindset or if I'm continuing to develop my Olympic mindset. And it'll help me help them and me understand if I know what an Olympic mindset is so I can pursue one. Lastly, on Thursday, I'm going to film my rabbit hole-a-thon presentation. So I'm going to redo it. And this time, it'll be way better. It'll be comprehensive. It'll be in-depth, and it'll be just better than the one last time. So it'll be better, and it'll be more impactful. So I'm really excited to have you guys watch that on Thursday. Make sure you guys try to seek out feedback in your environment that you're in so you can have more of a path that you want to go down and see improvement in your lives. Cool. Thank you.